Hello again, everyone. Alan back again. And what I have today is, what I'm going to do today is a brief demonstration and tutorial for ribbon spreading and some of the things that I've learned and found out about doing ribbon spreading. I do a lot of it. First off, let me start off by saying deck condition plays a great part in how your ribbon spreads look. Obviously, the newer the deck, the better. The finish is still, nice and new, and they're nice and smooth and slick, and your ribbon spreads come out much better with a newer deck. Me today, I'm using my Tally-Ho Viper fan-back deck by Illusionist. This is a great deck for doing this. It looks really nice as it spreads out. So this is the deck I like to use for this. You can use any deck, obviously, but for this demonstration, this is the deck I'm going to use. First things first, grip is important. There are a couple different ways that I've found that you could grip the cards. A lot of people like to put their three fingers on one side and their thumb on the other, and then have their pointer finger as kind of their guide finger. And it also is the finger that puts the pressure on the cards. You want to have a little bit of, you want your fingers to extend a little bit beyond the bottom of the deck, fingers and thumb. So it kind of sits above, and then you kind of rock it down, and you use this finger to apply the pressure to make your spread. Now what I found is when ribbon spreading, you want to bevel the deck. Make sure you bevel the deck just a little bit. As you can see, it doesn't come out as nice if it's straight up and down. If you just bevel it, just kind of tilt it with your thumb and then get your grip, whether it be with the two fingers or the three. I prefer the two myself. And then basically what you're going to do is you're going to place the cards on the table, and you're going to draw them across, and you're going to place the pressure on the deck using your index finger. That's going to place the pressure on the deck, and as you're drawing across, that finger is going to kind of lift up. It's going to keep a constant pressure on the deck all the way through the spread. So basically, if you were to keep the same amount of pressure all the way, it's obviously gonna change what your spread looks like, as you see what it's doing there. That's holding the same amount of pressure all the way without lifting the finger up. Now, as I draw the deck across and I lift the finger up, you can see that the spread becomes more even all the way across. So that is key, and it's all a matter of feel. You got to tinker with it a little bit. You got to work with it a little bit, and just kind of do it repetitively and kind of get a feel for what is comfortable. Now, most people they'll do a spread and they'll spread straight across, or they like to spread diagonally, because usually diagonally, especially if you're working with a close-up mat like I am here, you can get a much longer spread if you do it diagonally. If you go into a casino or anywhere like that and watch somebody spread cards, or even a magician, a more natural motion is kind of a curved, arcing motion. And I've been kind of tinkering with that a little bit, and what I've found is when you're doing a straight spread, whether it be diagonally or straight across, you kind of concentrate the pressure right into the middle of the deck, and you kind of do your spread. Now, what I found is when doing an arcing spread like that, I like to concentrate the pressure between the fingers on the side and the guide finger, not so much on this back corner. So you want to kind of concentrate the pressure up on the front and then draw your spread across. And what that has a tendency to do is it keeps your spread nice and even as far as the cards being in line rather than starting to slide over like this. If I was to just put pressure straight down and do it, they'll start to overlap and not stay straight. That's kind of what I'm trying to say. If you place the pressure up on that corner and draw them across, they stay stacked perfectly on top of each other, and you don't get that overlapping look. That's just kind of what I found, and that's just by messing with this a little bit. One of the variations I've been kind of messing with using that corner pressure type of theory is running the deck at an angle like so. It's a little tough to do. I'm still trying to work on it a little bit, but then you can get a diagonal ribbon spread that kind of goes like that, and it has a kind of a neat look to it. And as with any ribbon spread, when you do, you can kind of do a little variation to it as you spread after you get the card spread out. You can lift the end and of course draw it across, and you can make a break, and you can do what they call peaks, and you can do peaks like that and set them sideways, and as many as you want, as long as you can get the cards to stand up. So in doing that, it just looks really impressive to whoever's watching you mess with the cards. You can go back and forth, and it kind of gives a nice little illusion, and then of course just draw them up, and the best way to draw them up, after you do your spread like so, and you turn them over, and you can run your finger along the top or another card, and then grab the other end, and then you just kind of lightly slide them up using this last card as kind of a scoop, and you draw that up underneath the spread, and it just scoops the whole thing up. But that's kind of my thoughts on the ribbon spread. You can kind of mess with it and do it over and over, and slowly but surely you'll start getting that feel for it, and you can really display the cards nicely. It works great for if you want to have somebody select a card when doing a card trick or something, or card magic. It looks very impressive to people. I like doing it just for something to do. It feels good. It's relaxing. It relaxes my eyes as I sit there and watch the cards come off my fingers. It's really cool looking, but but it does impress other people that are watching. And that's kind of what I found about the ribbon spread. I'm still working on, like I said, I'm still working on the diagonal spread like so, and trying to get it perfected. And then of course I'll post another video once I get it a little bit better. But deck condition, grip, constant pressure on the deck all the way through, lifting the finger up as you come across. Those are all keys to making a really nice ribbon spread. So keep that in mind, and just kind of work with it. And all of my ribbon spreads aren't always perfect. As much of a perfectionist as I am, I try to. It's just something you just got to work at. You got to practice it. You got to just do it over and over and over. And I'll sit and do this sometimes for a couple hours at a time watching TV or whatever, and it just kind of. It's relaxing. It's something to do. It looks impressive, and just kind of work on that. Leave comments, or if anybody knows anything else about ribbon spreading that maybe I don't know, I would love to. I'm always open to suggestions and comments that will make my ribbon spreading even that much better. So that is my brief tutorial on ribbon spreading, how I like to do it, and the way it works best for me. You can most certainly take that advice and run with it, or you can do variations of your own and maybe different ways, and applying pressure in different areas, and and you can kind of come up with some different things with that. But that's your basics of ribbon spreading. Have a nice, good, clean deck, and the newer the better. Constant pressure, even grip, and just constant repetitive practicing will definitely make you better at it. And hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and please post any comments, and of course I do appreciate you watching. Thank you.